What's up, everybody? How you doing? About a year ago, I think it was vlog number 3, I told you I was going to do something. I do want to mention that, so Betsy and I recently got back from New York City. We went there for our 11-year anniversary. I'm still working on that editing of those videos. It was a 3-day trip. I will probably put it into one video, so I'll post that when that's complete. Because, okay, so it's been about a year, and throughout that year, I didn't work on that vlog at all, that New York trip. But there was reasons for that. One reason was, well, right after the New York trip, we started planning our trip to Florida because we were moving to Florida. And I didn't really work on it then. I just was focused on moving. We got down here. We lived in the camper for 3 months. And after that, it just got pushed, kept getting pushed back, and never really worked on it. So, the past few weeks I've been really focused on actually working on it. Because I want to practice working on something like that, because we're going on a Grand Canyon trip in a few weeks, and I want to make that a good vlog. I want to make that a pretty cool video. So I've been working on this video software I got, Corel Studio X9. It's not good to work with. I bought it right before I started doing these videos. Had pretty good reviews, but I also have a really crappy laptop from Walmart, and this was pretty cheap software, so it's not the best software in the world. It's really hard to do edits on it, so I've been working on this throughout the week. It won't be the best, I'll tell you that right now, because when we went on the New York trip, I have never vlogged before. This is before we did vlog number 1, so I didn't film very good, didn't take a whole lot of good shots. We were there a short amount of time, run really fast, but I still wanted to do it regardless because I think it'd be a good one to practice with. So, without further ado, here's New York City, day 1, 2017. Today we are in New York City, Manhattan, Times Square. First time here, never been here before. So we're gonna go look at the sights, see what's in town, see what there's to do. There's lots to do, so we're gonna check it out. I think we're gonna head down to Times Square. We're at the Sheraton in Times Square. We're gonna go head down to Times Square and check it out. Fun. We've been walking around Times Square all afternoon, well, all evening. We just walked around, ate at a Irish pub, went to the Rockefeller Center, walked around down there. We didn't do anything. We didn't go inside. We'll do that tomorrow. We've been kind of walking around Times Square. I went to Mars World, Hershey's. That's about it tonight. Got kind of late start today, so tomorrow be a better day. Tomorrow we'll have more things to do, more time, so we'll see tomorrow. Times Square was pretty cool. We stayed at the Sheraton, which is right in Times Square. It was pretty cool to see. It was very packed and very crowded, very touristy. A lot of shops that are really expensive, and from right here, like actual New Yorkers stay clear of Times Square because of that reason, because it's very touristy. It's a big touristy area, and the souvenir shops down there are really pricey. The restaurants are really pricey. It's a tourist trap. This is day 2 of New York City. Get an early start, take a tour of Manhattan, and see some more sights. We'll have more time today, get to do more things today, so looking forward to that. So we took the bus today, the top deck bus, and we looked at a few things. We drove through Chinatown, Little Italy. We didn't stop, so that's why we didn't get any video or pictures of it. So we made our first stop. We went to the Charging Bull. Too many tourists there, you couldn't get a picture. So right now we are at Ground Zero. Where it happened. And right behind me, Freedom Tower, the new World Trade Center. So this is Ground Zero Memorial. Very sad. Okay, what you just saw there was the 9/11 memorial. I didn't film as much there as I had hoped. Reason being, it was just a lot to take in. It brought back a lot of memories of 9/11. When I was going in there, I wanted to show some of the exhibits and talk about them, but it was just so quiet in there. Everybody was just kind of taking it in. There was a lot of people there, big crowds, but everyone was just silent, just taking it in, and I just felt like it wasn't, I don't know, I didn't feel appropriate to, talk while I was in there and show things. I was just kind of taking it in. It was just kind of a sad moment, and just brought back a lot of sad feelings. I don't know, brought back a lot of memories of that day. But it was just an interesting place. I recommend anybody who goes to New York City, go by the 9/11 memorial. It's a sight to see, and so I think it's a very good, very interesting, and very a good thing to go see while you're in New York City. Trinity Church. Just left 9/11 Memorial here at Broadway and close to Charging Bull. I did not get a very good video or picture earlier because there was a lot of rude tourists in the way, pushed you out of the way. Betsy and I. Betsy.
I was texting the family.
So it's been rainy, so.
And snow flurries.
On the bus tour.
Nice.
Passing by a very interesting building. I'm not sure what it is, but it's very interesting.
That one has trees in it.
Very interesting building. So we're just kind of seeing the bus tour. Supposed to go around Central Park. So kind of seeing when we look at that. It's the first time we've had the phone out for a while. It's been raining the whole time we've been on the bus on the top deck, but still been fun. I think we've been traveling on the bus for about maybe at least an hour, and I think we made it a mile, maybe, if we're lucky. It's very bumper to bumper right now.
Hear the sirens? Sirens and horns and whistles. That's the sound of New York.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Traffic's so heavy, the cops,
Can't get through.
emergency vehicles
busy.
That's sad. Somebody needs.
So what do you think of Top of the Rock?
That's pretty cool.
It's fun.
Yeah. It's
A lot better, you know, some people, there is the option to go on top of the Empire State Building, but if you do that, you're not going to be able to see Central Park over here, because Rockefeller Center, where we're at right now, will block Central Park. So I highly recommend, if you're in New York City, do Top of the Rock. Sun's kind of starting to shine a little bit. It's been raining all day long.
I said the sun's shining over there. That's where I want to go.
Yep, it's been raining all day long. So, all for now. So found out more on this building. This building right here is a residential building. So they are apartments. People do live in them. So the top floor, that is one apartment. That is $1 million. That's how much that is to purchase from the top floor of that building. To put this into perspective, I'm on the 69th floor of Rockefeller Center, and it is a lot taller than we are right now. So it is pretty tall. So that's the end of day 2. Did a lot today. Did the tour. Saw 9/11 memorial, saw, what else did we see? Forgot. Saw 9/11 memorial, saw Central Park, walked through Times Square some more. We didn't do the night tour. By the end of the day, we were pretty tired, so we just decided to eat. Day 3 of New York, we're heading on the bus back to the Statue of Liberty. We're gonna do the Statue of Liberty today. Charging bull. Yesterday we couldn't see it very good. There was a lot of tourists around, so we couldn't see it. And that's nuts. Okay, here at Wall Street. So I'm right here in front of the U.S. Stock Exchange. So, pretty famous street here in New York City. And over here, behind me here, right here behind me, is where George Washington first took oath as President of the United States. Pretty interesting.
It's just so small.
On our way to the Statue Cruises.
See the statue?
Right now I can't see on the video. I've lost it. Oh, right there. Right now it's pretty far away, but we'll take a ferry over there. You know, nice day today. First nice day we've had since being. I came to New Jersey on Wednesday, and this is the first sunny day I've seen. Yes, you know, since Betsy got here on Friday, it's been raining.
I brought the rain.
Yep. It's still chilly. It's not really warm, but
it's okay. The sunshine.
The sun's nice. Okay, we're on Staten Island right now, waiting to board our Statue cruises for Statue of Liberty. Reservations ain't time for reservations yet, so we're waiting on that. So while I'm sitting here, I'm going to take this time to talk about a few tips if you're coming to New York City. And by no way am I an expert. This is just a few tips that I have found since I've been here. So if you're flying into New York City, the best way, if you're going to Manhattan, the best way is either a shuttle or take the train. So Betsy, she came here before I did. So Betsy came to Manhattan a couple hours before I did. So she almost took a taxi. The taxi was going to be over $100 to get to our hotel from Newark Airport. So she ended up taking a shuttle. The shuttle ride took her $21, but it took her 2 hours to get to the hotel. I from Newark, I came in on a train to Penn Station. It took me, and from Penn Station to an hour walk to our hotel. It took me a total of 2 hours and $13. So those two ways are the best ways to get around. Another thing, so we took the tours. We used what did we use? We used Top View tours for our bus lines. Don't do it. There's many tours available in New York City. For instance, the big bus. I noticed they were giving tours. They would actually have somebody giving a live tour with a microphone. You know, a lot more personal, and their buses were a lot nicer. We used Top View. Buses weren't very nice. They were not friendly at all. Also, there was no tour. You had to plug in your headphones to the actual bus, and it had an audio-led tour. But you know, if the bus is ahead of schedule, then your tour is, and then your audio version of your tour is way behind, or it's way ahead if the bus is behind schedule. So it just, I wouldn't recommend Top View. I would recommend Big Bus or The Ride. Those are really good tours to go. I recommend checking those out. On the ferry to Statue of Liberty. We're about to get off the ferry. It'll be in a few minutes. Here on Liberty Island, Statue of Liberty. We're on the pedestal. So if you come to the Statue of Liberty, you can take the tour over. It's one price. If you want to get on the pedestal, it's a different price. So the pedestal is, I'll show you when I get down there.
But if you want to get to the crown, you have to book like 6 months in advance, which we didn't know.
It's hard to. So we can't. Unfortunately, we could not go up there to the crown. It was it's cheap. It's like $3 to get to the crown, but we didn't get it booked in time. I booked this a month and a half ago, so hard to get.
We're lucky we get to go to the pedestal.
So when you're on the pedestal, you can get pretty good views of Manhattan here. If you look up, you see it's inside the Statue of Liberty. The stairs right there take you to the crown. So like I was saying, and down here is your regular access. You come to the Statue of Liberty, you get all access down here. For the pedestal, you can get right here where the people are. That's your pedestal access. And then crown access is obviously the crown. So again, regular payment $14, you can get to Liberty Island and walk on the grounds there. But for an extra, I think it's $4 or $5 a person. Not bad at all. You can get to the pedestal and then the crown. But those tickets sell out pretty quick. On Ellis Island, this is the registry room. This is where everybody came in to register when they first got to the United States. This big ballroom. So from, it said 1900, 1924, nearly every day there was lots of people in here coming to the New World. Going through the hallways here, they went through their first arrival, and they went to their medical inspections, and then they went to legal inspections here. So this is the steps they took when coming here. This is the registration room. This is where everybody came. When they came to the United States, they came into this room to get registered. Through 1900 and 1924, it all came through this room. The Statue of Liberty was really cool. I wish I'd filmed more there. I realized when I'm watching these videos, I didn't film a lot there. And I really wanted to film Ellis Island more. Ellis Island was very interesting. But we were running really short on time there because we had to make it back to our flight, come back home, back to Missouri. We almost didn't even go to Ellis Island because we were running that short. I think we were only in Ellis Island for maybe 45 minutes. Rushed through there, and that's why I was kind of looking at myself. Didn't really film much as I wanted to. We didn't see most of it because we had to get back on the ferry and head back. So from our hotel to Newark Airport was 3 hours. We walked for a mile back to Penn Station. Took a train back to New Jersey. It was a pretty long train, and then by the time we got to the airport, they were boarding, and we were, almost didn't make the flight. We were rushing to get back. Like I said, it was and it was only, I think it was like from our hotel to Newark was I think it's 16 miles. I think is what I read. I'm not sure, so don't hold me on that. One thing I will say, I hate to be mean, but there was a lot of rude people there. We got lost in the train station, and I'm trying to find where I need to go because we're in a rush. And I asked people where to go, and they just did not want to help me whatsoever. Maybe that's just the environment. I don't know. It was just, have tough skin, I guess. Trying to board the train, the guy at Amtrak worked there yelled and screamed at me. I was just shocked that he was just screaming at me because he didn't want me to board in that door, and I was like, okay. He could have just spoke to me like a normal person, but I don't know. Well, I think that's just how things are in New York. I had some tips in the video, and if I misquoted any facts about New York, and if there's any experts out there who saw that any facts that were incorrect, just comment below. I'm always only stating facts that people told me while I was there. So if they're wrong, just comment below and let correct those so people get sorted out. Manhattan, really. We drove around Central Park on a tour, but we didn't really stop. Like I said there, on that bus tour we took, there was no tour guide whatsoever besides the audio you plug into the bus, and it was all off. It was, it wasn't really calibrated correctly, so I didn't really learn a lot there, and I didn't really get to see or take in Central Park. We didn't get to walk through it at all. Just kind of drove around there. I think if you can visit New York City, take maybe a couple extra days and really get in the sights. And it really wasn't a good time to go. I went there in April, and I went on a business trip and brought my wife along, and we stayed over. I stayed an extended weekend to see New York City. So if I'd have got some more time in there, we were really rushed to try to get as much stuff as we could get in those 2 days. The weather kind of sucked. So if you can, spend a couple more days in New York City, get more feel of it. But those tips I got, it's really the only tips I can give you because, like I said, I wasn't there very much. But it was just cool to see, be in New York City, to be in the Big Apple. It was a very cool experience. So, I got some more stuff planned for this summer. We're gonna bring you guys along, videos on Grand Canyon, and we're gonna go to Tennessee this summer. Please comment, like, and please give me a subscribe if you can. If you don't mind, please share my video. I would appreciate that. That's it for now. See you later, and that's pretty awesome.